Welcome back to another video, guys. It's your man Jay, and I've gotten a question that I've gotten over and over again. It's time to answer it. Now, here's the Pixel 5 and the iPhone 12 mini. A lot of you guys have asked, which one should I buy? Should I buy this? Should I buy that? Now, you do have, right now, you have the Pixel 4a, and then you also have the Pixel 4a 5G that just launched, and through Google Fi, it's $350. I highly recommend that you jump on that. There should be a Google Fi code down below, so you can use that to get your first month free. You have to keep it activated on Google Fi for 2 months straight, or they're going to charge you the balance. So basically, use the phone for 3 months on Google Fi, then do what you want to do. Now, I don't get any kind of perks or anything for you using my Google Fi link because I've tapped out. I've made so many referrals that only you get a credit. That's unfortunate that they put a cap on us and we're giving them a bunch of business, but nonetheless, been with Google Fi for easily 4 or 5 years, I don't know, and fantastic service. So that is actually, before I start this video, that is a recommendation that I'm going to make to you. It's bigger than all these phones, but it's pretty much the same phone as, this is the closest to the Pixel 5 that you're going to get when it comes to specifications, and it has a little bit bigger screen too, so you need to consider that. Now, a lot of you guys are asking which one of these phones you should get. I'm just going to run it down for you. So first, we're going to look at the cameras and get that out of the way, and then I'll tell you how I feel about that. So let's take a look at the cameras. Video sample from the Pixel 5 front camera. All right, video sample from the front camera on the iPhone 12 mini. All right, so there you have it. That's your answer on cameras. You can decide which one you like better. I personally think that the iPhone wins in the rear camera section, and the Pixel wins in photos. The front cameras on both of these kind of close, but as far as photos go, I think that it's a matter of what you prefer for video. I really think the iPhone 12's video is ridiculous, man. It's just stupid, and the front camera video as well. The Pixel just still wins by a long shot to me in photos. Video isn't bad on the Pixel. It's just that when you start to compare things, you know, you're gonna pick one, and I could use either one for video. I've actually used the Pixel 5 for a lot of videos. But when I put it next to the iPhone 12 mini, you know, you get, it just looks a tad bit better, a little bit more smooth, things like that. So there's your video, there's your cameras. That went exactly how you thought it was gonna go. Now, let's get back to what really is, what we're here for is the performance and usage of these devices. So again, this is how I'm using these. Right now, there's a lot of people that's concerned about the battery life on the iPhone 12 mini. You think that it's going to get really poor battery life, but personally, I'm getting a great battery life. Again, I measure my phones by the chart, not so much for. I don't measure them by the chart. I don't measure them by this chart. I measure them by how long I'm off the charger. And this phone lasts for quite some time off the charger. It does very well. I mean, I don't have a complaint about the battery on the iPhone 12 mini. It is absolutely great. Does it measure up to the Pixel 5? No, it doesn't. When it comes to standby, the Pixel 5 is right in line with the iPhones. Now, remember how iPhones were the only phones that can just, you put them on 100, you wake up, set 100. Well, the Pixel 5, on some occasions, you do have that great standby time. I can pretty much go days on this phone, and I'm guaranteed a solid 24 to 36 hours on the iPhone 12 mini with my usage. And, you know, I just feel like, you know, Google, with the optimization of their software, it's just fantastic. There's no other discussion to be had about that. Google has done right by me with the battery life on this device. I pretty much, you can see there. Sorry about that. So easily you should be able to get, and it depends on you. Again, battery life depends on you. You should be able to get 3 days out of the Pixel 5. But if you're a heavier user, you won't. You're probably guaranteed at least 18 hours. You know, that's real. Like, you go to work, you get off work, and then your phone's still live. So performance, software. Apple has tried to implement these widgets and like an app tray, but honestly, folks, it will never live up to this app tray right here. It just won't do it. This seems, even though they're labeled, some of these are in the wrong spot. It's organized completely different than what I would have in some situations. And I don't really like how this is put together. But nonetheless, it's not bad. But what I did was I went through and hid all the icons from the home screen that I just wasn't going to use a lot. Pretty much what I try to do with Android, but Android just seems like it's just different. It's I don't know. It just seems, I've been using widgets and changing home screens on Android for so long. It's not exciting on an iPhone. It's nothing new, but it's still able to do it. I can put pages on here still and hide the other things from view by putting them all the way over to that screen right there. But I still don't think that I like it as much as the software and setup on Android. I think believe it or not, Android seems a little bit more polished when it comes, but it's more polished when it comes to doing widgets and customizing home screens, because that's what Android has done for years. So software experience though, it's fantastic on both. I like either one of them. If I were going to carry two phones full time, it would be the iPhone mini, 12 mini, and then something else. Right now I'm carrying the Fold 2 if I do carry an Android phone. But you know, if you had both of these phones, these are close in size. You know, so you know, they're, well, you're probably thinking, Jay, these are close in size. I'm just saying in like screen size. They're close in screen size, and you know, they're not too far off. You think that they are, but 5.4 versus pretty much 6, that's not too far off. It's really not. So you think that it's got you know, a big difference, but it's just really not. Now, when it comes to unlocking the device, you know, you can use a pin on both. Facial recognition is your only way to like unlock this without touching it. And then you have a fingerprint reader on the back of the Pixel 5, which I think that, you know, if Apple would have just put a fingerprint reader in the Apple button, or moved it up or something, the down on the back, put it in the side of the device, it could be anything. It would be an even better device to unlock. You know, it's like my Z Fold 2. When I was somewhere, the lady was like, "How did you just unlock your phone?" But with that, I can do it with face, my thumbprint, a pin. There's all the different ways I have a pin and a facial recognition set up on the Z Fold 2, and it opened so fast, but she didn't see me touch the side of the device. And I think with the iPhone, since it's flat, you can definitely put a fingerprint reader inside that power button. You know, shouldn't be that hard for them. But Google having the advantage because it has one on the back, it is nice and fast. It's always there. You don't have to worry about looking to do something. You just put your finger on your phone, and then boom, you're in your phone. So the software experience is going to be all about what you're comfortable with. But you know, Google to me has the advantage, not just because it has a fingerprint reader, but just overall some of the things in the software, they flow a little bit better when it comes to someone who's used to something. Switching from iPhones to Android isn't hard, but if you decide to switch from an iPhone to an Android device, get one of the new Pixels. Get the Pixel 5, get the Pixel 4a, or the 4a 5G. You're going to find your transition to be a whole lot better, and you're going to be used to what you've been experiencing on Apple when it comes to fluidity, power, you know, day-to-day tasks, all of those things. It's going to be there. So when it comes to recommending one of these phones, there's really not too many things that you can, you know, go through on the device. The screens on these are both fantastic. You get a full screen display over here, but you know, with Apple, it has the cutout still, and I really think Apple should really get rid of the cutout. I'm loading up a video here. I really think that they should get rid of the cutout. There are some cons that I'm going to point out too. So get ready for those. I think Apple should genuinely get rid of the cutout. Let's see here. Turn the volume down. I'll load it up on the iPhone here. My Pixel 5 has been having some Wi-Fi issues, but let's go ahead and load this up here. I want to get the highest quality set for you. There you go. So this is what you're going to be looking at if you're looking at a video on the iPhone. And I'll show you what you're going to be looking at on the Pixel. You're going to be looking at a more full, sorry, I was a lot of you, a more full, vibrant looking video. It just looks that much better. It's nice. Yeah, super nice. But you know, I think the screen. I mean, you do have an OLED display on the Pixel, but the picture-in-picture functionality on the Pixel is by far. I mean, it's Android, so Android has gotten picture-in-picture a long time ago. But on YouTube, you still can't do picture-in-picture on the iPhone. But you can. Any other platform I've used with picture-in-picture on the iPhone, it works great. But YouTube is the main place that you guys probably are. And so not being able to do it on the iPhone is still a bummer. You know, Apple, Google, fight it out, hug it out, didn't get it done. But with both of these having beautiful displays, you're probably going to think that it's a little bit sharper on the iPhone. And you'd be right. It's a smaller display. Also on the iPhone, I can upscale to 4K. With the Pixel, I don't believe through the YouTube app I can do that in a lot of situations. Let me verify something here. Because I know that on the iPhone, I can literally upscale to 4K. Now, it doesn't look that... obviously, it's not real 4K. But in fact, it is beautiful. I mean, it looks good. So, I don't believe you can do that on the iPhone, though. Or on the Pixel 5. I'm pretty certain that you can't. Let's see here if I have a 4K video I can play you. But you know, the Pixel to me is just an all-around. It's people always say it's the iPhone of Android, but you know, I understand what you're trying to say. You're trying to say that, you know, this is stock and Apple has always been Apple, but I think that you can't upscale on the Pixel from what it looks like. But that's okay, because you still get good quality from either one. But, you know, these two are ultimately one and the same, just different operating systems. And the way phones are now, you know, you're not getting too much difference in performance. Now, this has, like, one of the world's fastest processors, but this has a new 5G processor, the 765. And honestly, from day-to-day tasks, I can't really tell the difference. You might see some differences when you get into gaming and things like that, but I don't game on my phone. I only do that for you guys when you guys feel like you want to watch me fail at PUBG, and it's hilarious every time I play that. But ultimately, you're going to get good experience on both. So you have to decide, you know, which one of these phones you think is going to be best for you. They are both solid. They are both really good. They're both green, sage or green, whichever. But you have to decide, this is what I want for a device. Now, if you're going for size, again, this is a little bit smaller, but still, you know, bigger than the iPhone mini. The iPhone mini is a device that people wanted, and in size. And I think that the people that think that it's going to be too small, you know, that's strictly in your head, because this is a 5.4 inch display. I don't understand why people keep thinking it's so small, but I think people are just getting used to and accustomed to giant displays. 6.5, 7 inch, 5.5. Some people say that 5.5 is a baseline, you know, but nonetheless, memory options. The iPhone costs more, so it loses the battle when it comes to that. $699, and then I didn't pay the price of the 128 but it still costs more than the Pixel, I believe by $50 or something like that. But again, the Pixel 4a 5G right now, same memory options. You get 2 less gigs of RAM, but doesn't really matter. You get 120 gigs of storage. No SD card on either one of these companies' phones, but Google's offering just one option at one price, and Apple is offering several options at higher pricing or lower pricing, or matches this one. So 64 gigs definitely is something that should have been done away with a long time ago. Apple keeps doing it though. They're cheating the system. They're greedy. They just should not do that, which is why Google went to the just one storage option, 128. They put 128 across the board on everything. There's 128 everywhere. They don't even offer a 64 gig in their new phones, which is fantastic. But Apple on the other side are greedy. They're price gouging like they always do, and it's unfortunate. But what I will say is, having those extra options, some people will pay, and that's just what it is. Because my 64 gig option costs less than the Pixel if I just wanted to save more money, but still paying less than the Pixel with my discounts and getting the 128 gig is okay with me. I could have gotten a 256 gig and it still would have been right above, it just would have been a little bit above the Pixel's price of $700. So, Apple has done their price gouging thing for years. Google is trying to set a new standard by just pricing these phones right in order with each other, giving all the memory options that you could possibly get. So, what do you guys think? Which one's for you? Now, let's talk about some cons. Now, my con with the Pixel 5, or problem that the Pixel 5 I've been having is, no, there's no overheating with either phone. People keep asking these things. I will talk about something in a video if it's happening. You guys sometimes ask me questions after the video. If I didn't say, if there's a problem, I'm going to cover it. Or if there's an issue with my phone, I'm going to talk about it in the video. But I'm not having overheating issues and all these others. I'm not having any issues but what I'm getting ready to say. That is Wi-Fi. For some reason, my Pixel 5 doesn't stay connected to Wi-Fi very well. I don't know why. And the office, the router is right outside this door. It's like 10 feet away from me. It's super close. And it disconnects from Wi-Fi, or sometimes it just drops off from Wi-Fi. I don't know why it's doing that. I'm not even going to try to figure it out. Point is, that's an issue that I've been having since I got the Pixel. Well, no, not since, roughly since I got it. I didn't do as many. It started to happen right after my last video, I think, on there. So reset and everything, hopefully I just got some software updates. So right before this video, I actually updated on Android 11, another update. So I'm hoping that solves that Wi-Fi issue. But other than that, no issues with the Pixel 5. As far as the iPhone goes, it's not really an issue. It's probably just user error or in their software. I've been swiping up during a call and I've been ending the call for some reason. I hit the end button and I don't want to do that. I'm hanging up on people. The gestures, basically. The gestures, for me, for the iPhone this time around, super sensitive. So maybe I can make some adjustments in the settings. But I've hung up on so many people and I thought they hung up on me. And I'm like, I watched myself this time. When I'm in a call, I'll swipe it up and then I'll start doing something else while I'm multitasking. I either have a Bluetooth in or I'll just put them on speaker and talk or whatever. But for some reason, I guess the gestures are just super sensitive this year. But nonetheless, the discussion today, these two devices and all of Google's suite of devices. Now, Google's suite of devices, I don't have my 4a 5G yet, but Google's, I can't stress enough, folks, go over to Google Fi, buy the phone for $350 while you can, use it for 3 months on Google Fi, then do what you want to do. But I guarantee you're going to like Google Fi. Use my link down below. Again, I don't get any kind of credits or anything because I'm tapped out on referrals, but you can get a free month. So that knocks out 1 month right there. So it says you have to use it for 2 months. I'm repeating this because people don't follow along so well sometimes. But use the phone for 2 months on Google Fi or 3 officially. I say use it for 3 just to make sure you get your $150 credit. Because the phone, the 4a 5G, the brand new 4a 5G is $349. To me, that's an even better deal. It was already lower price, $200 less than the Pixel 5, but the 4a 5G at $350, it matches the 4a. And if you want a bigger phone, then yeah. So the Google line, the Google suite of phones, is priced better than Apple's phones. It performs just as well, if not better, in a lot of areas, and it's a personal preference for me. So I hope you enjoyed the video discussion and mild comparison of these two phones. I mean, you guys always ask, which one should I get? I'm so confused. You guys aren't confused. I mean, I understand smartphone conversations, let's talk, but how confusing could it be to just pick a phone? You have to buy it and try it, and if you don't like it, you know what you got to do. It's just that simple. You know, these phones now have come down in price. I mean, Apple loses the pricing war all around overall every year. So when you start to say, which one should I get? Which one should I get? You really need to determine your budget first, and then that'll drop off something. Something's going to cost too much, and then you can get back into your window of how much money you have to spend. That's really where people sometimes should start, because if you're questioning, oh my God, I can't believe the prices on this. This is ridiculous. It's probably not for you. You need to go in a different direction. And the good thing is that Google is offering so many different price ranges. I mean, again, I can't stress, they're giving away the 485G on Google Fi. They're giving it away. Go get it, folks. Go get it. Anyway, it's your man Jay. I hope you guys enjoyed discussion. Pixel 5, iPhone 12 mini. My iPhone 12 is back there. Yeah, I forgot I had an iPhone 12. I was jamming to my Bose sound system. Anyway, I will see you guys in another video. I hope you guys enjoyed the discussion. So leave your comments down below. Leave questions down below. If for some reason I didn't cover is your specific question, but please don't ask me about, oh, you're overheating and it's the camera shut off. Stop it, folks. Stop it. Anyway, I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Welcome back to another... Oh, man.